this. I think you're gonna love her. And if you don't, that's a problem with us. Joey Friedman, everybody.
Wonderful. You guys, who's been here before? Anybody? This is our third installment. Oh, yeah. And then make some noise if it's your first time. Fucking ever. Thanks for being here, guys. You guys started the show with Cyrus. Actually, September, this September marks my 3 years out of chemotherapy. I always get the comment, like, you're so young. And I always say thank you, because, I'm getting older. Just turned 25 about 7 years ago. And so I appreciate being the young cancer survivor. Went through chemo, lost all my hair, gained a bunch of weight, and so I was just wearing like big black tarps, just walking around like a curvy Ashkenazi Lord Voldemort for 6 months of my life. That was cool. Obviously my hair has grown back, right? But I actually have a funny little cowlick. But from where you guys are sitting, you probably can't really see it while my pants are on. It's crazy what cancer does to your body. It's insane, the things that happen to you. I've been with the same partner throughout my whole diagnosis, which is a very, wonderful, beautiful thing. But I remember the day we got the phone call from my doctor, and he's just been there for me since we found out that I do in fact have a will. That is so sweet. I love him. Been together for 5 years, and a long time, right? I feel like things are I feel like our relationship is finally getting kind of serious. We don't laugh anymore. We barely smile. We're just like a pre-war photograph. We collect pitchforks. And we gotta talk about the serious stuff in life. We gotta talk about money, right? How do we get it? Where does it come from? We gotta talk about kids. How do we get them? Where do they come from? I don't know. We're not interested in getting married. It's just not for us. But we're not anti-marriage, is what my therapist told me to say, not to isolate the crowd. It's just not for us. Been together 5 years. I'm 32. My friends are over the whole, wedding craze. He's 39. His friends are dying of old age. I don't know who's gonna come to our fucking wedding. But we talk about having kids a lot, which I'm kind of nervous about. Tell me if anyone in the audience has ever felt this way. Any woman or someone who could bear a child. Sometimes I'm like really nervous to physically be pregnant, right? And to go through that. You get sick. But then on the other hand, it's like, I know in my heart that I really do want the attention. Do you guys feel that way? I just want to walk around with my little hand on the little of my back. And then people are like, how far along are you? And I'm like, I just ate an hour ago. That's what I want. That's what I want to happen in life. You guys have kiddos? Anyone here have kiddos? Make some noise if you got kiddos. You got kiddos? What kind you got? Yeah, I know. What kind of kiddos you got? Boy and a girl. You got two. Do you like them? And 2 grandchildren. Okay. How do you feel? Your kids, they sound like they're adults then. Yeah. Do you? When they were little kids, did you like them? Oh yeah. Okay. And I learned that people who are too enthusiastic are often lying. Because I don't know. Did you ever fear? I fear not liking my children. Because I watch a lot of true crime. Those kids say the darndest things, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how your kids come home from school and they say crazy shit like, Mom, I love Dave Matthews Band. What am I supposed to do with that? How do I raise that child? I don't know. We also talk about adoption. I really, really want to adopt. I want to adopt from birth. Once the baby's wiped off. I want to adopt it. And a lot of times when I tell people that I want to adopt and foster, I get a kind of funny response. People will be like, oh, you know, like foster kids and adopted kids, they often have a lot of psychological trauma. And I'm like, yeah. And I can't wait to not be the root cause of it. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I love it. You know who was adopted? Moses. Simone Biles. Dave Thomas, the creator of the Wendy's franchise. Need I go on? You know who wasn't adopted? Adolf Hitler. So... and fill my time with other things before I have kids. I joined a super cool all breast cancer survivor rowing team. Make some noise here at We Can Row. So many amazing rowers here tonight, just rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing. I really love the We Can Row team. It's an all breast cancer survivor rowing team, and our team is we're really good, I feel like. I think we're really fast because we don't have all those dang nipples weighing us down. And let me tell you guys, there is nothing more humbling than being both the youngest yet also the weakest person on an all-cancer patient rowing team. My teammates are so fucking strong. And I don't mean strong like, oh my God, you went through cancer, you're so strong. I mean these women can like kill, bury, and hide a murder. Like, I find it really suspect that all of the boats are named after their late husbands. It's very... They're so strong, it's so incredible. I love it. And I also started, like pretty much right after infusions and chemo, I started doing this volunteer job that now I've been doing for 2 years. Every other Tuesday, I go to this woman, Ruth's house. Ruth is 99, but she says she feels like a young corpse. And she's 90-fucking-9, okay? She's so fucking old. I bring her groceries, I help her get ready for bed, I tuck her into her body bag. She is so old, and let me tell you, she tells me every day how much she wants to die, okay? Being alive is her least favorite part of existence. And I know that because every day I see her and I go, hey Ruth, how you doing? She goes, I'm alive, it's terrible. And she's done. She's done with this planet, man. And she's given like her whole life to other people. She was in the foreign services for 40 years. The foreign services, do you guys know what the foreign services do? Could you tell me? Because I just kind of keep nodding when she talks about it. I still don't really fucking know what they do. But she has dedicated all of her time to other people, and I know this is gonna sound funny, but that woman deserves to die. She deserves to die. She wants out, okay? The last time that I went to her apartment, her thermostat was at 88 degrees, and I was like, Ruth, it is 88 degrees in here. Do you want me to lower the thermostat? And Ruth was like, no, it'll just quicken the process. And, you know, I'm a volunteer, I'm just there to help. So, you know, I go in the kitchen, crank up the oven. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. I paid a guy to do it. My dad has been dead for 4.5 years, and let me tell you, he seems really committed to it. I'm actually kind of impressed it's gone on this long. I also lost my dad to cancer, and I was very jarred when it happened. It was very shocking. He only had cancer for about 6 months. And when he died, and this is odd for me, I'm Jewish, I didn't eat for like 5 days. And let me tell you guys, I have never in my life looked so tight. I cannot imagine how hot I would be as an orphan. In case you're curious, he would have found that funny. I just want you guys to know that that's it. We loved to read together. I'm a big reader, I read all the time. And right now I just started reading some, what's it called? Some true crime. Any true crime readers in the house? A little bit, yeah. Reading this book, it's called The Old Testament. You guys have heard of it? I know the author is like kind of problematic. I haven't gotten very far. I'm still in what you would call the world building phase of the book. It's a very good double entendre joke. You know, I'm paying attention closely. We got Adam, that's the male protagonist. We got Eve, that's God's first victim. And I find some things about the beginning of this book kind of odd. So when Adam wanted a companion, he asked God for a companion, and God said, no problem. I'm going to put you to sleep. You won't feel anything. I'm going to take out your rib. Boom, there's Eve, hottest chick in the garden. And then Eve, between 2 days and 900 years later, was like, God, I want a companion. Can you do the whole rib cage thing? And God was like, actually, your insurance doesn't cover it. He's big insurance. And he was like, but I got an alternative for you. I can put a human inside of you. And Eve was like, where is it gonna go? God is like, in your vagina. And she said, do you mean my uterus? And God was like, I really don't know the difference. She's like, okay, well, if you're gonna put a human inside of me, it's gonna be pretty small, right? What are we talking here, like 3 inches? And God's like, why? Is that what Adam's packing? What up? And he's like, no, seriously, it's gonna be 20 inches, 7 pounds on average. It's gonna rip right through your butthole. You're gonna love it. And she's like, okay. And then it's gonna come out, and it's gonna walk and talk and work like all the other animals, right? And God's like, actually, it's gonna be like relatively underdeveloped. I'm talking no neck control for months. And he's like, okay, but then you'll make other companions for it to make other companions with. And God is like, oh, actually, you're gonna do this 5 to 7 times, depending on the iteration, and then all of those are gonna fuck. And Eve is like, Jesus Christ, and God's like, not yet. I'll leave you guys on a cancerous note, because it's the theme. So, for a long time while I was under treatment and I was sick, my partner and we were not physical together. Obviously, we weren't, having sex because, I was sick. I didn't want to give him cancer. And eventually, I finished treatment, a couple more months go by, I'm feeling better, and we decided to be physical again. And he says, it's been so long, we should do something that's like new for us. We should have a threesome. And I was like, oh my God, no, you don't get a Make-A-Wish. That's adorable. And I tried to kind of like see where he was coming from, like this, I get it. Like this guy, he watched me be sick for like 9 months, he's coming from a place of very genuine horniness, and I was like, all right, well, what if we try anal sex because, you know, here I am just trying to think outside of my box. And box means vagina. And he was like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, that sounds a little uncomfortable. Like, you sure that won't be painful? And like, I really don't know how to convince him that I am going to be gentle. I don't know what to do. Listen, you guys have been my favorite crowd of my life.